Well, the Plymouth fans are up for this one. They're travelling in their numbers to try and relegate Stoke and Steven Schumacher. But is that going to happen? To preview that game and discuss his trip to Yorkshire, we've got Liam back on the Stoke City View. Good evening, Liam. How was Hillsborough?
Um, Good day, okay result, horrendous football.
Which I think you predicted, didn't you,
Yeah,
last week? Yeah, Wednesday fans said that they couldn't believe they hadn't scored in the first half. Do you think Stoke were just a bit off it for the first 30?
just typical Stoke. Never know who's going to turn up. How they weren't 3-0 up inside the first 15, 20 minutes, I'll never know. Schumacher come out and said we've got 4 cup finals left. And if that's how we play in a cup final, I'm glad we're not getting to any anytime soon because we're absolutely awful. And once again, he went from trying to play carpet football away at Swansea on a bog of a pitch. And then because we lost, he went route one. And you don't know where you stand from one game to the next.
Yeah, 2 away trips, 1 point. But it's not over yet.
No.
It's not over yet. You've got Plymouth. And I'm guessing that Plymouth's result over Leicester helps Stoke a little bit, doesn't it? Because this is meaning that they aren't coming with where they kind of worries about relegation. I mean, I think they need a point.
Yeah,
But the pressure is all on you, isn't it?
yeah. And kind of concerning, as I've said to you before, when the onus is on us, we've tended to struggle. Don't think we can afford to draw again. We could really do with the win. We've got Southampton after that away, who are flying at the minute. They won't take it to the last day. But I have no idea still now what team is going to turn up, what Schumacher's going to turn up, or what performance is going to turn up. And we're 3 games left of the season.
Um, I tried to look at all the permutations. You're 3 points above the drop, so that's a positive, isn't it? Huddersfield play Swansea this weekend. Birmingham play Rotherham, so potentially both of them will get wins. Let's say worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So that's put worst case scenario is you lose. That puts Birmingham above you, and that puts Huddersfield level on points with you, but you've got the better goal difference. Your goal difference is important here, and that at the moment is way better than Huddersfield's, but worse than Birmingham's. So a point isn't disastrous, is it? But then everything's on that Bristol City game, isn't it?
Yeah, and this team can't handle any sort of pressure whatsoever from what we've seen. Capitulate with ease most of the time. There's been a couple of times under Schumacher where we've come from behind more recently, but can't keep doing it, and we haven't got the firepower to do it. We top scorer's got 6. Next got top scorer's own goals with 5, and then there's a smattering of 2s and 1s.
It feels like I get from the reading Twitter and obviously speaking to you each week that we literally with Stoke, I think have been more up and down than any other team this year. Sometimes we sit here and go, well done Stoke, that was amazing. And then the next week we're back going, what on earth was that? I've talked to Stoke fans, of course, as you know, and none of them, not a single one of them, can explain it. Why, some players can be world beaters 1 week, again, Middlesbrough and so on, and then the next week just absolutely shocking. Is it training? Is there a problem in training, or is it away from home? What? Help us, please.
I think there's a massive missing of leadership of any kind in the team itself. I mean, I put a tweet out earlier this week saying Baker and Laurent, who are your established Championship English players who you'd expect from, they will play good, both of them, when the team's playing good. Yeah. If the team's playing bad, they don't want to know.
Yeah.
They do not want to get involved whatsoever. They both hide. And that's a running theme throughout the team. Wouterberg has been by far our best player, unquestioned. And now the chips are really on the table and we've got to do something. He's been abysmal. The past few games, he's been probably one of the worst performers. So there's no leadership. There's very little quality in the squad whatsoever. The defence looks susceptible to conceding every time the ball comes in. The midfield haven't got enough legs. We can't buy a goal. I mean, Niall Ennis, why Schumacher has signed that man, I will never know. He hasn't even got trampolines on his feet. He's got bouncy castles on his feet. I've never seen anything like it in my life. So yeah, it's a lack of quality, a lack of leadership, and just poor transfer business again.
Yeah. There's been more investment, I believe, this week from the Coates family. Is it 12 million going in? So I think I read it from your tweet, wasn't it? That everything outside of the football about this club is great, isn't it? You know, investment, You've got the right marketing, you've got everything about this club is brilliant, apart from what happens on the pitch.
Yeah, for the past probably 5 or 6 years, we've been a bit Stone Age. You know, till the past couple of years, you couldn't pay on card in the stadium; it was cash, and it's little things like that fans couldn't get on board on. That's all changed. The media side's improved. We're having a fan zone. You know, they're putting the home fans behind the away goal now and moving the away fans, so it's a bit more closed in. Simon King, who we got from West Brom, who's the COO, he's made so many improvements throughout the club, and it seems all great everywhere. We just can't do it on the pitch.
And he says he can brick up that corner where that wind blows through next. That'll just make it a nice.
Yeah, can do with it. I don't think our players can cope with it either.
All right, we are coming to the end of the season, and despite not knowing which league Stoke are going to be in, we do need to have a talk to you about the players out of contract. So I'm just going to share with you the list of loans and players which, according to transfermarket.com, are coming up to the end of their contracts. There's 5 players on loan. Do you see any of them being made permanent signings?
Possibly Daniel Iverson. He has been a bit in and out of form since he's come here, putting a lot of it due to rust with him not playing. He has seemed to be getting better, and it looks like it's been something that's been on the cards for a while. If Leicester don't come up, I think it probably it could go either way. It could give us a chance because they've got to sell everyone, or they might need to keep him.
Yeah.
McNally, no, I'd bin him off as soon as the final whistle blows, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
We have you on record saying McNally and Rose were the best pairing at some point this year?
Yeah, I don't know how. I have no idea. Stats over your eyes, just a completely different thing because they look susceptible. I don't know if it's just the way he plays. To me, he looks like he never wants to be on the pitch a lot of the time. But no centre-backs at Stoke are any good at the minute, so I might be being a bit harsh, but I think I've seen enough of him.
Okay.
Haksabanovic, no. Luke Cundle's shown absolutely nothing apart from this weekend where he scored and then blocked a certain goal as well at the same time. And Hoover, he's been poor for so much of the season, but when he's good, he's really good. Yeah. If you could get him, I think Liverpool paid 7 million for him. If you could get him down to closer to £1 million, possibly worth doing, but any more than that, I wouldn't bother.
Okay. Luke Cundle should be up for this one, you'd imagine, this weekend as well. I definitely would play him, absolutely. He's should be right up for it against, of course, the team that he's been on loan from Wolves from the start of the season. All right, then we've got 6 players out of... this isn't as many as other teams have. So Birmingham, Sheffield Wednesday, others, Norwich, I think have got well over 8 players. So it's not too much turmoil going on. But how many of these... are you aware of being offered contracts or should get one, or who should be the first taxi to the Pottery Centre?
So we think Terrace is gone. We don't know which club, but by everybody who talks about the club, it seems like he's pretty much done and dusted to go. Wesley hasn't been here since Christmas. I don't know where he is, so he can go. Jordan Thompson's your Mr. Utility. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get offered a contract. I can't imagine his wages are too high, and he can play left back, any place in the midfield, they'll put him on the wing or anything. So there's a chance he might get offered one. Ender Stevens, too injury prone, too old. Need 2 new left backs in. Kieran Clark's already signed up for a 6-a-side league in Saudi Arabia or something. He's already signed that, so he's gone. And Blondie, he's been a mainstay at Stoke for years. He's never getting anywhere near the first team, so he can go.
Right, okay. So, apart from Jordan Thompson then, pretty much all of them are gone.
Yeah. Okay. I'd get rid of more if I could, but I don't think anybody wants to buy him.
Like you say, just highlight those poor recruitment processes.
Same every
look
season.
at that list there. Look at the loans. Look at the players, and only 1, 2 maybe.
Yeah,
stay. Okay.
You look at players on contracts. Daniel Johnson, who we got from Preston, not seen him for months. Don't want to see him ever again. It's absolutely awful.
If Birmingham are relegated, that leaves Stoke and Preston as 2 of the longest-serving members of the Championship. It's been a long time since you've moved in either direction. We thought last summer was going to be the linchpin for Stoke. If the recruitment directors are watching this, or anyone connected with the Stoke hierarchy is watching this, what advice do you give to them for this summer's recruitment?
Don't try and fix everything in one window. We do it every season, major rebuild. You know what I mean? Don't try and get it so that you're going to go up next season, because it's not going to happen. Get yourself a solid keeper, a solid centre-back, and a striker who can at least bag you 10 goals. Not a 20-goal striker that they keep trying to find that everyone talks about. I think I've read this is going to be the 5th time out of 7 seasons that a Stoke player hasn't hit double digits for goals.
Ouch.
I mean, so you're never going to get anywhere with stats like that. So we keep trying to do everything in one transfer window. Just get your spine sorted. Do you know what I mean? They try to do too much each time. For me.
Would you try and sign Morgan Whittaker?
Yeah. I think he'll get a Premier League move or top end Championship. I think, or abroad. You know, who was it who was looking at him? Like somebody was looking at him in January, weren't they? Trying to sign him from abroad.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
He's a concern at the weekend.
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah, keep hold of it. But you can do this. I have every confidence. Maybe not against Southampton. Not sure about Bristol City. This is the one. You get your 3 points from this game, and I think you're safe. So, any incentives this weekend for the crowd? Has they been giving tickets away? Are we going to get a full stadium, loud?
They've been putting some things out about it. I'm not sure if they've offered a discounted tickets, but I shouldn't see why they shouldn't. They need to fill the stadium, to be honest. They've got to get it. They've got to get it rocking.
Yeah, give those tickets away, couldn't you? And just get that stadium full. Huddersfield are doing £1 a ticket against Swansea. You know, things like that are going to help. Listen, good luck. Let's get your score prediction against Plymouth. It's not going to be an easy watch. That's for certain.
I'm going to go 1-0 for Stoke. I'm going to go get it over and done with. Stoke fans will be happy at the end. Plymouth fans will be happy at the end. We'll both be up. Everyone can shake Schumacher's hands and leave the stadium.
Oh God, could you? I just can't imagine that stadium if Plymouth go 1-0 up. I know what it's like.
I think you just see Schumacher slowly unzip his Stoke coat off, slip a Plymouth one back up, like nothing ever happened.
All right, mate. Listen, if you're a Stoke fan and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. We really love all the support that Liam gets on these videos. We know there's not much Stoke content out there, so we want to keep making it, and we want to hope to keep Liam here next year as well, as we
hopefully
definitely preview Stoke Everton, because I tell you what, that is going to be a fixture in the Championship next season for absolute certainty. Goodness me, if you think you've watched some dire football, wait till you watch the Toffees. Right, cheers, Liam. We will see you next week. All right, nice one.
Cheers, bud.